Well, it's been almost a month when the horrific incident of rape and murder happened at the Arjikar Medical Hospital and College. A 31-year-old doctor was raped and murdered inside the seminar hall of the hospital, triggering huge protests from healthcare professionals across the country over workplace safety concerns. Now, some major cover-up attempts have come to light. First, the family of the victim has claimed that the Kolkata police tried to bribe them. The father of the victim alleged that he and his family were coerced into cremating her body in a hurry against their wishes. The father also accused the Deputy Commissioner of Kolkata Police of offering them money while they were still grieving shortly after returning home from the hospital. Meanwhile, the aunt of the victim has made some big claims against the Kolkata police. She said that, and I quote, "When the body of the daughter was lying in front of the parents in the house, the police were offering them money." The second obvious cover-up that has come to light is a notice which was issued by a former principal of Arjikar Medical College and Hospital that has surfaced online. In this letter, it is very evident that he has given an instruction to the State Public Works Department to conduct a renovation in areas adjacent to the scene of the crime a day after the victim's body was recovered. The most notable thing is that this notice was issued on the 10th August, just a day after the incident. We'll talk about this and we'll talk about these anomalies with our guest. Joining us on the show is Mr. Sanjay Sahai, former IPS, R.K. Singh, Supreme Court lawyer, also with us on the program. Joyita Basu, editor of the Sunday Guardian, joining us on the platform as well. Joyita, first up, what do you make of what's happened over here? You know, this definitely seems to be a nexus between the hospital, the person who ran it, the principal, and of course the government and the police as well. You know, these people will not be lying. They're not politically motivated. In fact, they're aggrieved at this point in time because, you know, they've lost a daughter, you know, in this brutal manner. What do you think is going on over here? And the fact that the TMC government also botched up this investigation at the beginning. They were reluctant to, you know, let the CBI take over. And of course, and the kind of behavior that you also saw from Mamata Banerjee, where she was protesting against her own government on the streets of Kolkata related to women's security. How ridiculous was that?
Well, first of all, you see, whatever has been happening in Calcutta, I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the cover-up that the state government and obviously all its arms, they have been involved in. And that is the scary part about it, you know, how a government is more than willing to bend the law and everyone follows its lead, as a result of which what we are witnessing is that a barrage of lies that are coming out from the government, from the different ministers, from their spokespeople, and of course the police. There are too many lies have been said, too many attempts have been made to cover this up. And you see, this incident would have died, I mean, would have been basically suppressed but for the students and now the common people of Bengal who are carrying on with an agitation for almost a month now. Even last night there was a Reclaim the Night protest all over West Bengal. So the problem that Mamata Banerjee is facing is that no one is willing to believe whatever she is saying. You see, this is a classic case of, you know, the ruler totally losing control of the ground. The ground has revolted against her. You see, if there was even an iota of honesty in the investigation, even an iota of honesty in the way things have been conducted, there wouldn't have been rage, such rage on the streets of Bengal. But because, you know, the very fact that nobody, you know, there is so much anger, there is so many demands about the resignation of the police commissioner. So now people are to an extent, okay, they are happy that this Sandeep Ghosh, who was the principal of Arjikar Medical College, he has been arrested. But you see, the anger is such that itself shows that nobody believes whatever Mamata Banerjee has been doing, her police, her government has been doing. No one believes that. In fact, they were lying that, you know, that scene of crime, that the wall, etc., was being repaired, that was happening later. No. Now a letter has been found which says that these people, that Sandeep Ghosh was the one who gave the order to repair that area and basically destroy the evidence. And we are now being told the doctor who had carried out the post-mortem, he is suddenly in hospital in some kind of a vegetative state. I mean, what is going on? This is huge cover-up attempts that are happening.
All right, cover-ups that are happening. Mr. Sahai, how differently do you think that the government of West Bengal should have handled this? And with these anomalies spurring up, where improprieties are at display, not only at the hospital's level but also at the policing level, what can be said about the state of affairs in West Bengal?
I think the whole case has landed in a very, very messy affair, and unfortunately it has become a political case, which generally turns out to be the situation in most of the cases. One, it is messy. Second, there is the total lack of trust. So the people are not ready to believe what the government says and what the police says. And the current allegations which has come across, I presume that these are not allegations. These are clear-cut facts which the parents and the relatives, they have experienced on the day of the murder and beyond that. So straight away this needs to go to CBI so that an inquiry is done on these allegations which have surfaced. There's also some difference of opinion and some videos which have come up in the public domain saying that this was recorded sometime earlier and this was under pressure and all that. But that sort of a battle tactics, that is where this whole investigation has reached. What is most critical and really intriguing is why, when the whole thing started getting messed up, the Calcutta police, the West Bengal police and the government of West Bengal did not take people into confidence and did not get into a very transparent sort of a behavior wherein they update the agitating doctor. And it's not only doctors today. I think the whole of the West Bengal, whole of this country is agitating, and we have reached a situation, as an ex-police officer, I would not like to reach that situation, but we have reached the situation where we are ready to believe everything and we feel that most of it is true or all of it is true. And after the case gets handed over to the CBI, we are still not getting regular updates on the progress of the case. So I think government of West Bengal and Calcutta police, they have bossed it up, and the current allegations, I think it is adding insult to injury. And today also, they don't have the gumption, they don't have the humility, or they don't have the professional expertise to come out in the open and say this is what has happened and this is the way we are going to take it forward. Leave aside the investigation of the case. What has happened on the security front? I remember, I think 20-25 days back, I was talking in one of those channels that there are 22 acres, 22-acre campus of Arjikar. So how they are protecting it, what is the access control, what has improved on the CCTV audit. There are a variety of things. Only yesterday I wrote a post where I said only a law has been made and I don't think anything else has happened. And if there is anything which people can enlighten me as to what has transpired in the last 25 days, I would be very happy to get such proactive and a positive action on part of the police, both at the local level and also the investigating agency which has taken over. One point I would like to add is that we live in cooperative federalism, and it is responsibility of both the governments and all the agencies to come together rather than battle it out in all sorts of media and more so in the social media. I still feel that the nature of expertise available with the government and available with the police, we can resurrect. But it has to be a resurrection of professional expertise, of integrity, of credibility, which has completely been lost in this particular case.
All right, let me also rope in Dr. Kakoli Ghosh, member of Lok Sabha. Dr. Kakoli Ghosh, I hope you can hear me, ma'am. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Ma'am, it's tragic, first of all, what happened, and it's even more tragic. It's adding insult to injury that this case was completely botched up. There are definite signs of a nexus going on over here, and there are definite signs that safety has never been a concern for the government of West Bengal, and this seems to be getting completely out of hand. The BJP, Amit Malviya today put out a tweet saying that a lot of this was orchestrated. He's also gone to the extent of saying that Vineet Goyal, the in charge of police in Kolkata, and the Chief Minister herself should resign. Is this the kind of situation where the government should bow its head and admit that they failed?
You ask too many questions at a time. If you wish that I answer, they should have been broken up. First, we all agree that it was a heinous crime. We all agree that justice must be meted out. And this heinous crime where on-duty lady doctor was raped and murdered, we have no language to denounce it. About this we all agree. We also agree that Honorable Supreme Court is looking after it, and if we now make stray comments, then the justice might never come about. We don't want to disturb or comment against the Supreme Court, about which we all have deep respect, and the judiciary are looking into it. About the crime, we have denounced it. About the security bit, you see, I am a doctor from that same very college and having passed out 40 years back, and the situation of the medical colleges here at that time and the situation of the medical teaching colleges today is like heaven and hell. That time we didn't even give paracetamol. We couldn't give because there was no supply of cotton wool. The patient had to buy it from outside. Now prosthesis, cardiac surgeries, ECMO, patients who can't breathe, who don't have oxygen, ECMO support, ventilator support. She has made everything possible for the poor people. So it is wrong to say that the hospitals are not working well, including the CCTV, which was actually mentioned. Each hospital is covered by CCTV, inside and outside. In spite of that, this unfortunate incident has happened. We all denounce it. We want the justice to be meted. This is every time Mamata Banerjee is saying, somebody was talking about the law. It is the first time in the country that an amendment to the law has been brought forward, Aparajita law, and the other honorable ex-members of the parliament and also ex-chief minister Sharad Pawar ji, including ex-chief minister Akhilesh ji, they are supporting that yes, this kind of amendments and this kind of law is essential, because just before coming here, I was on another channel where she asked me, I was a member of the committee after Nirbhaya rape. This Mishra committee was formed, Justice Mishra, if you remember. And there we had given some provisions. Now, out of those provisions, in the new laws that the central government has brought out, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita and Nagarik Suraksha, we have just amended 66, 68, 70, 71, 72, 73, 124. And in those, if you go through those laws, you will find that heinous crime of rape was given the punishment of either life imprisonment or lesser than that and fine. We put in death penalty because we want some kind of a punishment which will deter this kind of torture on women.
Okay.
Just because women might be lesser in bodily strength, they cannot go to their workplace, they cannot come home from work at night, they will be molested, they will be touched inappropriately is not right. That is why, see, we have brought this law. And about what the police have done, the police have accordingly acted as per law. Now, I was not present there when this breaking of the rule, and now the letter has surfaced in which the order was given on the 10th, because the lady doctors, they demanded a restroom and separate toilet. That is the justification being given by the authorities, that the toilet was being broken and made into a ladies' toilet separately. That is the justification. Other than this, I think we should depend on the Supreme Court and we should wait for their judgment and not make any comments.
Okay, all right. Let's also rope in Mr. R.K. Singh, lawyer of Supreme Court, into this conversation. Mr. R.K. Singh, so can you hear me? Mr. Singh?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So, your thoughts on what's happening in West Bengal? Dr. Kakoli Ghosh made an important point. She said that obviously, amendments have been made into the law, and West Bengal would be perhaps one of the few states to do it after this incident, and the rest of the country should follow. But is that the definite answer to it, considering that we have had a similar case around 12 years ago with Nirbhaya in Delhi?
Vinayji, thank you very much. I was hearing all the panelists, and we all are discussing the same thing time and again, and over the years. Every time such incident, such barbaric incident happens, almost in the similar pattern we keep on discussing it. The problem is not that we have scarcity of law. We have enough law and safeguard to deal with such situations. Before that, I am going to come to one particular issue whereby West Bengal Assembly has passed a law. Do we really need to have a special understanding why at all that law has been passed in so much of a harakari? What that law has an intent, an applicability in front of the constitutional mandate of the central government, first. Secondly, the most important issue which we all are missing, and I have been telling all these things time and again in almost all the channels, that in this particular incident or any incident of this kind, what we see that multiple agencies without any mandate, they jump the bandwagon for investigation. Like in this unfortunate incident, you see how many agencies who are unauthorizedly investigating the matter as well as making an opinion, helping people to make an opinion. I really do not know what is the source of their evidence. Who has mandated them to discuss evidence in public with so much of a cacophony? Like civil society, fair enough. I do admit that they have a genuine concern, they must come out. Political parties, media, social media, TV channels, proactive citizens, mischief mongers, CBI, High Court, and Supreme Court. The only competent agency as per the law which is mandated to investigate the entire matter is CBI. And with all earnestness, post Ayushi murder case, CBI has unleashed a massive scientific as well as psychological investigation in this matter. We all have to wait for the outcome because CBI has deputed its one of the finest officers to investigate this matter. And as of now, I was hearing a panelist that he was recommending why CBI is not coming out and saying anything. Why at all they have to? At this stage of investigation, who will mandate CBI to come and discuss evidences at public level? CBI is not mandated to score brownie points in public. They speak through the evidences in the court. Let the matter come to the trial and charge sheet to be filed. As a vigilant society, we can always request the government as well as the court that the trials should be speedy, expeditious, and quick. So that is one thing we must understand before fueling the entire. There is a fear. I understand there is a fear among the major section of the people. We have to resist. And one more thing, although I'm not in this matter, but as a lawyer, I'm telling you with all authority, the time has come. The time has come wherein the courts has to decide one thing in particular. In these kind of heinous crimes, unless and until, in a time-bound manner, whether 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, unless and until each and every shred of evidence has not been recorded and filed in the court, these matters should not be discussed in the public.
Absolutely. Right.
This is doing one of the biggest injustice to already a victim who is no more. She cannot come and, this is a very famous quote that, the dead tell no tales. This lady is not here. So we have to be serious on it. I'm so sorry, as a society, we are concerned, but we are not serious.
Right, and Joyita, this definitely goes beyond a particular state, right? The problem at hand here, it cannot just be, the TMC or the BJP. There are rapes happening everywhere. So you cannot basically, tone it down to just one rape in one state.
Well, the problem, the very fact that the whole state is up in arms is not because this incident is happening in, I mean, similar incidents take place in other states. Yes, of course they take place. But the thing is that, and people do protest, but what has really angered the people of West Bengal is the apparent attempt to cover up what was a heinous crime. People are convinced that there is a lot of corruption over there, and possibly there is. That is why I would say Dr. Sandeep Ghosh, the RG Corps principal, is now in CBI. He's been arrested. So the whole point is, you see, this incident, the general perception, I'm talking about what people are talking about, is that that this lady got to know certain things, the reason why this murder was planned, and they kind of, this torture and rape, this anti-women angle was brought into it. So basically the idea was, the plan was to cover up for the corruption, and this corruption is rooted in the medical education system of West Bengal. This is what the doctors are talking about. That is why the doctors want, say for example, not only the principal to resign, they want the police commissioner also to resign. And there are, as I just mentioned in the earlier segment, there have been so many attempts of cover up. I don't think in any other state this sort of, I would say, terrible, awful handling of a rape case has any other state done that. That the whole point, if you ask me, even this passage of the law, from whatever people in Calcutta are telling me, is that this is completely a political reaction to this, and the whole attempt is to divert attention. But just by showing that, see, we are doing so much. What are you doing? You are basically doing nothing. Just imagine which chief minister and her party people will be going out on the streets protesting against the incident. It's a farce. It's a farce, and it is, I am not saying that. Everybody who is out on the streets of Calcutta, they are saying it. They are pinning it right at the chief minister's door. They are saying that this injustice is happening because of the government. The government is involved in the cover-up, you see, and that is why I think that, this whatever they are doing, the reaction is political. If it was genuine, this kind of anger would not have been seen in Bengal.
Okay. Dr. Kakoli Ghosh, would you like to respond to Joyita?
She is a lady, the only lady chief minister. She's always been opposing torture and mayhem and arson throughout her political career. And I am with her for 46 years. Whenever there has been any torture on a woman, we've been on the road. So this time I don't see why, just because somebody else is protesting a crime, we cannot protest against the crime. We have every right to ask for justice. We have every right to know the truth. And just because CBI is investigating, we want to wait and see how it comes about, because we respect the investigation of CBI, we respect the judgment of the Supreme Court and also the High Court, because the first order was given by the Honorable Chief Justice of Kolkata High Court. We are waiting for that. But I will not name who. The media cell. Just now the Honorable, I think judiciary person, he was saying that the media trial is going on more than that. But I have data in which it says that 90 rapes take place in India daily. And out of that, few thousands are unresolved cases of Uttar Pradesh, and then Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. Even in medical, the Bapam thing that took place some years back. No, there was no media trial at that time. There was no so much of fake news that time. Taking a picture from the Bangladesh uprising, one particular media person of a particular political party, he put it up saying that is Kolkata. That is not Kolkata. See, the students are young and they are very emotional, and this has hit them so badly they are on the road. We accept their sentiments and the justice will be meted out. That is being done. The rest of the things that the other people, they want to create an anarchy in the state politically. That should not be. To give her justice, we cannot sidetrack or we cannot way track the investigation by talking outside the line of investigation of CBI. We must respect them. We must wait for their comment and their, the Supreme Court's verdict.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.